going to do a kind of cook with me while reviewing TV shows and films we've watched while in quarantine.
What was the first thing we watched together?
Burlesque.
Burlesque. Good film.
Good actors.
The music was good. And I love the burlesque world. I just want to like...
It made me feel like I'm gonna like go and join a strip club. What would you rate that?
Like a 9 out of 10.
I give it an 8. Don't get me wrong, it's a good film, but like it's like a good film.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it wasn't anything like holy. So these things, this, you know what I mean?
Bridgerton. Not my favorite.
I feel like I could have liked it more, but up until episode 6, the sex scenes
Like
happened,
the violent sex.
but it wasn't something that I was like obsessed with. I feel like if it was more historically accurate,
Yeah.
I probably would have liked it more.
Because it was too like artistic. Honestly, I give it like a
6.
I was gonna go 7, but you know what? 6, sure.
I'd give it like a 6.5 solely due to the fact that I just don't feel like I was that invested in it. I see how people could like it. Spectacular Now.
The reason I love the film, like I know it's not very exciting. It's just so like honest and accurate of teenage love.
I'd say it was good. I feel like it was realistic, but it wasn't something I'd like rave about.
Spectacular Now, 7.5.
I'd give it like a 7.
Prison Probate?
Bigger than Bridgerton though. It's really cold.
Did I not say President? Too hot to handle. This was so good. Tilly watched this again because I hadn't seen it. Let me just say, it's good shit. It's so bad because it's like reality TV obviously, but it was good. Okay, the reason I didn't want to watch it was it had American people in it.
They mixed British and American people. Do you know what that is?
Diversity.
Young, dumb, and
funny. I would rate it an 8 out of 10. I don't know, I just love it so much.
I'd give it like an 8 out of 10 as well.
So undercover.
One of those things you watch when you're younger and you're like, yeah!
Wow!
And then you watch it recently and you're like, oh.
So I do So Undercover like a 6.
Yeah, I give it like a 5 even. It was just really...
Next is Endless Love.
Oh, I didn't like it. I just feel like it was such a basic storyline.
And so much happened, like too much happened.
In real life, that boy would have ran in the opposite direction. This is how I saw the girl in the film. But this is what she was like. Hey, babe, babe.
Ah!
Like, you're too much.
Because so much happens in it, everything you want to happen happens. 6.5 because like when I watched it, it's what I wanted to see at that time.
I'd say 5.
John Tucker Must Die. Loved it.
I fucking love that film. Better the second time round. It was filmed in probably like the 2000s.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Mean Girls. I give it like an 8.5, 9.
Yeah. John Tucker Must Die, 8. Because it's like a typical
film. So Spinning Out is like a series about like this girl does figure skating and had an accident and she's kind of had PTSD since. It's basically just like the whole story unravels. It was a cringy, shitty show that's good to have in the background.
Whiplash! It's a good 10 out of 10. I'm throwing it out there, 10 out of 10!
I give it a 9. Waves.
It's very artistic, so it's not really made for its plot, if I'm honest. It's basically the sequence of shots that just depict emotion.
I give the first half of the film a 6.5 and then the other half a 9.
Honestly, a 9 because it's very hard to keep engaged.
Little Women. I give it a 9.5 out of 10 because that film is the most like honest depiction of women. I give it like a 9. I give it a 9.
Hot Summer Nights.
It's got Timmy Chalamet in it and that's basically the only reason why I liked it.
Hot Summer Nights is weird, but Timmy Shaw's in it and it's worth it for him. But I really liked it. I'd give it an 8.5.
I like a 7.5.
Anna.
It was a very good film. They
It's
double
a good
bluffed
spy
the
film.
bluff quite a few times. And I was like, holy where is this gonna go? I'd give it an 8.5. Baby Teeth. It's a very good film. I just thought it was like adults wouldn't understand or like empathize for the film as much as I think we would. A 9.5.
9.5.
Grand Army.
Amazing. My current favorite show. So Tilly had already watched it, but she watched it again with me.
Literally,
It's
I'm not even
insane.
joking. If you are any teenager, you will like this film.
It's the best representation of our generation that I've ever seen.
Yeah, same.
Like 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10 if I had the option.
I would rate it 11 out of 10. If you guys have have any
I'll have edits. If I watch anything, I'll have edits.
If you have any recommendations for films, please leave them down below. Someone commented on my last video. I actually have people that don't know me subscribe to my channel, which is just
so cute.
weird to think about. Basically, someone asked about like my housing situation. My sister and her best friend have just gone off to uni, but they were living here. Holly's friend Harriet, who you would have seen in like a different video, she was living with us because she couldn't go back to Bath, which is where her mum lived, and she was here when quarantine was announced. So we decided that it was best for Harriet to stay here rather than drive all the way to Bath. And then she stayed with us and obviously went back to uni, which is in Edinburgh. And then Holly went back to uni yesterday, and Matilda lives in an island off China, and basically she couldn't get home for half term, and she lived with us for half term.
For half term or
just ever. She can't get home basically. And she's one of my best friends from school, so I was like, oh, of course, like come live with us. That's our situation.
I have my own room now. Thank you, Harriet, for the donation.
She has our spare room to herself now. Like, comment, subscribe. Goodbye.